Hello YouTube, this is Justin Game 44, and today we are here to review Steven Universe escapism. I know I did not say that right. Escapism. Wow, I'm surprised I really did not say that right. Okay, enough with that. Let's pretty much review this episode. This episode pretty much left off where we were last time. We were pretty much Stevani was thrown into the room, and now she's trying to find a way out. She tries throwing seals, she tries to get in for the window but can't fit through, and the door cannot budge open. And they unfuse. And so, Connie suggests, like, ugh, I can't believe this. And pretty much Steven mentioned that he's 14 years old and everything. So, pretty much that just shows Steven hasn't really aged from all the way back from Steven's birthday when he turned 14. So pretty much this must have been almost a year, or it's just been a couple of months. Huh, a lot go by than you think. So, let's pretty much talk about what happens. What would my dad say? That his own son's in jail. I'm only 14, or pretty much saying, what was the point of coming here? Can't explain why. I said, oh yeah. Anyway, Steven just pretty much passes out as Connie suggested the idea of, wait, my phone. Oh wait, no, we're in space. Not like there's any reception, unless you can call the Pebbles or something that they have Steven's phone. Besides all that, Steven is going to that weird pocket dimension spiritual place, and pretty much he did for a second, but then realizes he could, and then pretty much he tries it again, which, this is interesting. He just got this ability, and now he's able to do this, where he can pretty much go for this place. Although then again, this might be a similar ability what he was able to do when he possessed Lars, or went to Lapis, so maybe this is a similar ability, or exactly the same, but just new adding to it. Anyway, he tries to get to contact Bismuth, so he tries, but he hits into a watermelon body, which that was very quick of him to do. So, what happens here is, we see the dog, which we haven't seen, which, the dog definitely looks different. It must be because the animation and everything, how the show looks now, has completely improved. Must admit, I like the watermelon dog now. Other than that, it pretty much seemed like the watermelon island has been completely split in half. Not surprising, because after the whole entire Malachite and Alessandrite fight, we pretty much seen the island breaking apart. So, yeah, it pretty much split into a kind of flip. Too bad, really. I did really love that island. But besides all that, we're seeing the island now not only been split into, the tribe split into two, where one half is pretty much pacifist melons, and the other half are just violent melons that are trying to get others to join their side. Join this side, join my side. Just take them and just make them join you like that. Besides all that, one is a pacifist where I think they were worshipping Melon Island, where I mean the baby lemon, and the other half is worshipping the island that pretty much encouraged Steven and all the other melons to fight. All those episodes back ago. Yeah. Anyway, Steven is trying to think and everything. I will admit, I was actually annoyed by it, but still. By just hearing all the melons talk. Although we have a melon bird. That's interesting. They must be evolving from baby melons, from Steven melons, to now bird melons. Anyway, Steven tries to get through them, but he really can't. So then he goes to pretty much to a beach area to get the island done. To build a boat. And pretty much the other two try to help him and everything. And he sails off. While they say bye and they actually work together. Yeah, I really didn't know exactly what was going on. Maybe it was trying to do something for, like, foreshadowing. But still, that's just like an idea for now. Other than that, Steven's sailing around and he gets attacked by a watermelon shark, which is supposed to be like a great white shark, just a melon form. Eats Steven's leg, and pretty much, I think it was also his arm. Oh wait, no, that fell off after he was starting to rot away. Other than that, the melon pretty much just said, oh boy. Actually kiss him, and then the shark just stop attacking after eating the boat and everything. Kinda had a friendly smile. I have to admit, why are these melons evolving? I swear at this rate, they're going to be coming out as all different types of animals, as we think. But how did a melon shark was even born to begin with, along with a bird? Steven has something to hide, or those melons have something to hide? Other than that, pretty much what happens next is very simple. He's pretty much rotting away, his arm falls off. It's getting closer to nighttime, And then Lion finds him and takes him back. We have no voice acting. Greg is there, and then the song starts playing. Bismuth is also there, and pretty much Steven's trying to tell them, which we don't hear any of their voices, which I think this is because saving up budget. And let us guess what they were trying to say and everything. Which I do think I know exactly what they were saying, like, is that Steven? How is that Steven? Or something like that. Other than that, he pretty much tries to explain to them what was going on, but none of them are understanding. Ray pulls out a stick, and he writes pictures and everything, and they're all just confused saying, what? And he pretty much says, we need backup. So that's what happens. And Steven fades away, like similar to Warmount Island, last time we saw it, where he faded away as well, closing his eyes, and pretty much we see Steven and Connie now just there, and Steven's just saying, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, now, besides all the whole entire review thing, I was surprised who was singing the song Escapism. It wasn't really an actual character. And also, I will admit, first of all, I thought it would be Stevon, like a Pink Diamond flashback. I wasn't really in this episode, but I can't understand the reasons. Maybe the Warmount Islands were like foreshadowing something like they have done many times before with many other things. Or, like, besides that, I also think, like, maybe Bismuth, everyone else, I actually do hope, though, that house will look different, not look exactly the same. And besides all that, really, I am questioning why the mounts are evolving. I do think it's possibly foreshadowing, like other people are suggesting it. But besides all that, that's just like ideas and everything. And what's going to happen next for this next 1 hour special, which I think we have to wait for 2 more weeks. But other than that, besides waiting for escapism, I mean, I will admit, I wasn't really impressed. I thought this would be like the beginning where they would be trying to escape or anything. But really, I wasn't really that interested, but I think it is trying to set up something. And I will admit, I do agree why exactly Bismuth's voice was not doing that or any others. Because really, if you think about it, we've been having the diamonds more often in this episode. Plus, the diamonds not actually being in this episode might actually be a good idea. Because they are voiced by famous singers, which they're expected, like Sugalite's voice. Honestly, Sugalite's voice actor is very hard to get. I'm surprised they got off at the very early part of the season. Season 1? Yeah. But besides all that, I will admit, it was still at least an interesting episode to look at. But I don't really think it will be one I'll be coming back unless I'm watching through every single episode again. Like for a big marathon thing. So yeah. Anyway, there is a lot of possibilities we can do with this. But until then though, this is Judging Game 34, signing out. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye!